Man, it's a tough situation for sure, but we're getting into the land of dawn, ladies and gentlemen, for game number 2 between Alter Ego and ONIC.
Oh, I wonder, this is the T-Boy using that Natalia with a high-end dry emblem that is going to be focusing to bully the jungle from the side of Alter Ego, but that means CELIBOY will be protected, well protected here by the presence coming from Rassi. Rassi is opening up all of the bushes that he is able to see to find this movement coming from the side of Alter Ego, giving the information that ONIC needs here, the Alter Ego needs towards ONIC's side. And I think like for now, if CW able to have the really good laning against this Moskov, it's not going to be a huge problem for the side of ONIC.
I think here you can really see a pattern start to form for the Pharsa, which is not a really good pattern. Udil has always done this in Season 11. Never rotating to the gold lane right after clearing the first wave, always using the wings by wings to get to the XP lane. At first, it's a good curveball because you don't usually expect the Pharsa to go anywhere else except the gold lane, but he's doing it every game. It's starting to be really template, and ONIC knows exactly what they're going to do. Boots has read this 2 games in a row. And now in the bottom side, again, they're trying their best to play for the strong side for Pi, and they're finally going to be able to find it here. Good lockdown from the Petrify. CELIBOY as well with a good gank.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing, right? They really want to win over one lane, and that's for sure. They want to go against Boots that is actually able to push down back a lot of players in the previous game with the goal on his hand. So I think like it's much more worth it to focus on that lane, since that he is the one that causing a lot of trouble in the previous game. But right now, with the presence coming from CW or Chewe, with Kyrie, it's going to be causing a different kind of stats here. With the Yuzong using the Black Dragon form.
Zoning Kyrie away, but he does have the anti-CC. Might just go for it. CELIBOY wins the Retribution battle. It's Alter Ego on the board, not just in terms of kills, but also the neutral objective take.
Well, this is what Alter Ego needs to be doing. They have to contest this early game objectives. They have a, quite the reliable Retribution. Uncharacteristically, Kyrie doesn't really win out in that situation. And Pi, having a Yuzong that's doing well in lane will mean that these early game neutral objective takes can be zoned out using the Black Dragon form. So Alter Ego needs to take full advantage of that before maybe later on going for some pickoffs, because there are some really juicy targets on the side of ONIC. And keep in mind, having a suppression on the hands of Rassi will mean that good ganks onto Boots on that glue will be able to take him out before he even uses the split. So that is something that Alter Ego can abuse as well. They have a lot more things going for them in this game number 2.
Yeah, and right now, we can see that actually Alter Ego having quite a huge lead here with 800 going for 1,000. Well, we know that actually Razel having higher level. The EXP gap here from CW along with Razel is actually a good sign from Alter Ego, because they already got 1 kill so far. But they also need to transfer the movement. They really need to get more rather than what they have at the moment. Oh, it might be a surprise towards CELIBOY.
Not too sure about this engagement here. Kyrie thinking the same thing, disengaging instantly, popping that regeneration. And Alter Ego, again, are doing so well at nullifying this Natalia presence in the early stage of the game, which is the stage of the game where she is the most deadly. Razel has been free farming, and even CW isn't really able to utilize this winning lane because of Alter Ego's constant pressure towards the gold lane. And this might just be it. Alter Ego's way, their ticket to come back and to equalize in this series.
Just using CELIBOY as a bit more of a utility tool, as an extra bit of presence in the mid lane as well, to help with the clear, to help with the crowd control, and in the XP lane, having given Pi an advantage, I think they're comfortable now leaving him there, just 1v1ing against the blue, but already macro plays being initiated by ONIC. Boots will be arriving to the scene a bit earlier than Pi. We'll see if ONIC can find anything off the back of this rotation.
Oh,
ONIC looking for the play, opening it up. Sans flipping forward, finding the Divine Judgment, and Rassi will fall. Meanwhile, the back line, that's going to be the snare. Oh my goodness, the immobilize as well, but Boots is still able to survive somehow. The spear connects onto the glues, the little ones. Pi, with an amazing flank, finds a kill back onto the hands of AE, but it's still ONIC with a neutral objective take.
Oh my god, that is really good setup coming from the side of ONIC to take care over the turtle. But again, the result is not on their side because they are losing Kyrie in that war. I think like the frontliner, they're really focusing over Boots. If Boots is already meltdown, there's nothing from the side of ONIC that they can do, and they cannot do anything aside of that one. because it's already been picked up. But Sans actually receiving too much damage and will be picked up by CELIBOY right there.
A bit too over-aggressive, trying to control the mid lane, but he gets punished by a great gank from CELIBOY. Again, showing that in the utility scene, he is still pretty good. For ONIC though, this is what they're doing, right? Being adaptive, trying out new things. They realize that they're just waiting for a chance for Rasi or CELIBOY to go for an engage, or waiting for the Black Dragon farm to initiate things. So when they saw a chance to try and pick off Rasi instead, they go for it, stealing away the Divine Judgment. If you're afraid of the engage, you can deny it by engaging on the engage tool instead. But now Alter Ego with a 1k gold lead will be trying to pressure for a bit more turret objectives.
Momentum-based team with the 1,000 gold lead now. You can already see Alter Ego push the pace. Vela, ONIC are still trying their best to minimize the gold lead, but it's still AE with the proactive movements, even moving, rotating their gold lane into the XP lane.
Yeah, they really want to seek more rather than what they have at the moment. They really want to pressure towards Alter Ego. But the thing is, Sans, with level 7 only, compared to Udil with the Farsa, that is level 8. I mean, like, this is Valentina that's supposed to be leading in terms of EXP, but it is not in this case. He is the one that is being pressured. He is the one that having a hard time to even get close to the player of Alter Egos. Now, this is the time for another setup for the Turtle. Who is actually going to be taking that one? Look at the setup. Look at the barrier that is being made by Alter Ego. They are making it hard for ONIC to get something.
Now it's going to be there. Oh, Kyrie trying to look for the steal, but it is going to be CELIBOY who finds it, and Kyrie just gets baited in. 0, 2, and 1 this game. Alter Ego with an amazing setup game this time around. Says no to any sort of contest from ONIC.
I feel like at ONIC, right, they're trying to get the pickoffs. They're trying to maximize Keyboy on Natalia, but Alter Ego, they never leave a single person alone, right? Even when Rizal is pushing, Rasi is close behind. When Udil is rotating, CELIBOY is close with him. So they're doing this roam squad strategy and leaving Pi to just pick up the pressure slack and pushing all the other lanes. Take a look at the items right here. It's looking a bit more dire for ONIC compared to game number 1 for sure, but Rizal already has the golden staff, so that the corrosion side will mean that he can slow multiple members for even more setup with the Hunter Strike coming in, and the Predator Airstrike, of course, as Keyboy is the main target here.
Silenced, but Udil has the flicker, uses it there, pops in his own Feather Airstrike to zone ONIC away. It's a good disengage, and again, you can really see how Udil performs here. When he was behind, he was still dealing the most damage. Now that his team is ahead, he is really popping off, and he is a problem that ONIC do not have an answer to just for now.
Yeah, I think like right now, Udil is just like super confident with the damage that he's having, the positioning, the setup that is being brought by Alter Ego is just coming really good this time. But ONIC, I think like from Alter Ego, the presence coming from Pi is actually changing a lot for ONIC side, because they are always focusing to get the frontliner coming from ONIC. While for Rasi, he is selecting the right target so far from the side of ONIC, but the constant play.
Divine Judgment and the Spear of Misery. Wow, CW is going to be melted down, but he has a shielding here for the Savant Force, but it will not be enough as Rizal just takes him out. Rizal going to fall as well, though, as Keyboy is able to find a trade. Sans terrifying Udil, but there's no further follow-up. Look at Alter Ego. It was a 4v5, and they were still able to get the favorable trade. It's 2 for 1, and Alter Ego were able to utilize that as a distraction for Pi to take the turret up top. Even here, Boots zoned away. Pi full stacks in that bar. You can see the healing just come through, and Boots has no answer to it. It might as well be a free Lord take for Alter Ego right now, as Keyboy has rotated down below to look for a trade instead.
That is an insane lifesteal coming from this Yuzong. I wonder if they have the anti-heal here, the Dominance Eyes, or even Necklace of Endurance coming from the side of Team ONIC, because it doesn't make sense how he's able to sustain a lot into that big team fight, or even trying to dive into one member of Team ONIC. And the goal difference is actually showing a lot here from Keyboy that actually pretty much shine.
Ooh, CELIBOY goes in though, that's a better airstrike, and the follow-up coming from Alter Ego!
The Divine Judgment finds it. Pulled back to his team, melted down by Alter Ego as they take more on the board now. The mid lane gonna be the target. CELIBOY is in the midst of it all, zoning CW and Boots away on the FREDIN that was contested in game number 1. You can really see the pressure that he is able to bring in this game now with this 5,000 gold lead that he's able to build for his team with the neutral objective takes.
This is the question you've been answering, Vela. Dominus Ice is present in the inventory of boots, but it's not nearly enough because of how ahead Alter Ego is. And keep in mind, so much magical damage in the hands of ONIC. Oh, look at the damage though. Man, CELIBOY doing a lot of damage here. And even later on, it's not like the physical damage on ONIC is going to be targeted towards Pi, right? So he's building a lot of magical defense, and they don't really have an answer here. They just have to try and play around him and ignore him.
Comes down to, again, the Black Dragon form being popped in the bottom side. Kyrie trying his best to escape. Who's going to fall here? Even with a split. Even CW gets melted down. And Alter Ego are back. Keyboy looking for the flanks right now as Kyrie jumps in again. Trying to buy some damage. And Rousey, my goodness! What was that reaction time? The Divine Judgment!